Hey, welcome back, everyone. Today's topic is about addiction and why relapse is so common among addicts. It's it seems like very few people get sober on their first try. So I wrote a bunch of stuff down, so it's easier for me to keep on the path if I write this stuff down. So first, we need to find out the reason for why we are in that situation in the first place. And that can be such a rabbit hole. And simply uncovering that answer can take a minute. For some people, it helps to get some therapy or rehab. I don't know about NA meetings. I've never done any of those things like NA meetings or rehab or therapy. I chose to discover these things on my own, in my own way, with the help of mushrooms and trial and error. Sometimes we need to find a healthier alternative for the meantime. For some, it's methadone or Suboxone, which I too did for many years. But the truth is, these drugs are often even more addictive and worse than the drugs we were doing originally. But they can help people. I did get benefits out of it. But I found they still killed my spirit. Like my light wasn't able to shine while I was using those things. Another thing is we absolutely have to cut certain people out of our lives in order to have any chance of success at all. Hanging out with the same people who use is simply not an option. It's a recipe for disaster, guaranteed, I promise. You cannot be like, fuck, maybe you're good, like really good friends with these people. It sucks, but you have to separate yourself from that. It does not fucking work. It does not fucking work to hang out with the same people. You have to distance yourself. It's the only way. Another thing, which is probably the most important thing of all, is to find that thing that you are truly passionate about. That thing that sparks that fucking fire in your soul. Find that thing and watch the addiction fall away on its own. It's amazing how that stuff works, you know. When your heart sings, you'll find, you know what, if you find that thing that sparks that fire in your soul, you won't even want to use. It's that powerful. Find that thing. For me, it's let's see. Yeah, look here. I make stuff, right? I don't know if you can, see that bracelet, I made that. And I made a bunch of those things that hang on the wall too. I work with metal and, machining and welding and stuff like that. So finding that creative outlet is key. It's like, listen, you can't just remove the addiction and expect your life to go, to get better. Doesn't fucking work like that. We use these drugs in the first place to fill a hole, There's a fucking hole, and that can be whatever. It can be abandonment. It can be, whatever. Listen, there's a million reasons why many of us begin using these drugs. So we have to, and we can't use that if we look to blame something for our situation, we're not in the right mindset. You have to take accountability for your own actions. Yeah, it's you just gotta accept it. Also, don't be so fucking hard on yourself. Um, we're all human, and just because, here's the thing, almost every person on the planet is addicted to something. Um, just because people aren't using real narcotics like heroin or meth or fucking whatever, doesn't mean that they're good. Which is a very common addiction is sugar, which is actually much, much fucking worse for you than good clean heroin or good coke. Like it's, there's not much worse for you than meth. There are some things, but yeah, meth, there's no fucking, whatever, fuck meth. Gosh, that's such a fucking shitty drug. Anyways, I'm kind of getting off track here. Let's see. Yeah, find that thing that you're passionate about. I love creating these things, just like, and it's a sense of accomplishment. Yeah, watch the addiction fall away on its own. Another thing is develop some real coping skills before sobering up. You know what? Most of these things, this is like things you got to do before you even remove the drugs. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. So you remove the drug, that hole is gonna be there again. Something has to go into that hole. I'm thinking of some dirty jokes, but we'll leave that for another video maybe. Anyways, something's got to go in that hole. So you have to find some real coping strategies. One of my favorite ones is breath work. And that is, you know what, this is how simple it is. You just take some deep breaths, and you can do it for like 1 minute, or you can go for an hour. If you go for a whole hour, you are gonna be buzzing like a motherfucker. You don't even need an hour. I can get so fucking high with just like 3 to 5 minutes of breathing. And it's just like, and you use the full capacity of your lungs. That's kind of the main point. And then you do breath holds. There's more and more information coming out on different breathing techniques, and they are fucking powerful, man. It's honestly the best drug I've ever had in my life is probably the air we breathe. Like, when I started doing this, it literally felt to me like I was smoking crack, but without the fucking paranoia and the sketchiness, and then when the buzz wears off, you just feel good. You feel fucking clear. It's amazing. So find some coping skills. Something that comes easy too, you know what I mean? You're already gonna have a hard enough time when it comes time to stop using. So you don't have to torture yourself through this, So first off, you put some good tools into your tool bag so that when the time comes and you are ready to let this thing go, the transition is going to go so much smoother. Yeah, if we don't have something in place, relapse is a guarantee. You're gonna cycle through it and you'll learn something. If you're paying attention, you'll learn something with each one. I don't know how many times I've relapsed, I'm feeling good about this one though. No promises, but yeah, it's this last time I already had some really good coping skills in my tool bag. So this time I'm actually using those tools, and my gosh, it's just so fucking awesome. So yeah, breath. The breath is like, God, it's so until you try it, you won't even understand what I'm talking about. How powerful the breath is. It's literally God, you know. It's fucking God, man. It's like it's it's so awesome. My words can never do it justice, you know. It's that powerful. Look into it. I promise you, you'll be happy you did. Living sober takes practice, and I'm still learning how to live sober. I'm not 100% sober. I'm what they would call probably California sober. And what I mean by that is I smoke weed. I smoke a lot of tobacco. I love my tobacco. Gosh, I love tobacco. It's so amazing. But I do abuse the tobacco a little bit. Um, but anyways, and other things like psychedelics. But that's the other thing. Society has painted all drugs with one brush, basically, right? Like it's all use the same brush. It covers, it blankets the whole fucking drug, all the drugs. That's not how it works. We have to remember on this planet, in this dimension, there's the polar opposites, right? So on one side you have dark, one side you have light, and that goes with everything, you know. We have good drugs and we have bad drugs. So, you know, maybe if you like drugs that much, then maybe like do some research on the good stuff, you know. And you know what? It's not like with the good drugs you're gonna be getting hooked on that and then just you can, but if that's what you're doing, then you're still not coming at it from the right place, you know. So keep trying, keep at it. But yeah, so when it comes to like psychedelics, like mushrooms, I don't have a lot of LSD experience, but I've had the ayahuasca, and mushrooms, that's my go-to. I also smoke DMT the odd time. So like those are some things that are helpful to some people. For some people, it's like going to church and, you know, doing stuff like that, which, hey, if it works for you, fucking good for you. It's, you will not find me in church very often. Anyways, living sober takes practice. And, and also, what is your reason to get clean? Is it your choice? Are you doing it for you? You have to be selfish in this respect. Doing it for somebody else, it's not going to work. You know, it might, you know, the odd person might get lucky, but if you're not doing it for you, for your own benefit, you're not coming at it from the right place. It has to be for your own benefit. You have to do it for yourself. And if you don't have real coping skills on hand to replace the drugs, like I said, you have to replace something, you know, like you have to replace the drugs. You can't just take the drugs away and then you know, think everything's all honky-dory. It doesn't work like that. We take the drugs in the first place to fill that hole. But when we take the drugs away, if we don't have something to fill that hole again, we'll go back to what we know. You know, we're creatures of habit. We seek out comfort. All these, like it's you know, we have to get a little uncomfortable sometimes. Yeah. Well, that's all the stuff I wrote down, and now I'm drawing a blank again. So anyways, yeah. Don't be hard on yourself if you find yourself relapsing. Keep at it, you know. Learn these coping skills. But above all, learn what fucking drives that passion into you, you know? Like when you all of a sudden, you like maybe you'll see something or you'll do something and you're like, you just feel fucking alive, you know? That's what you're looking for. And it's not that, you know, doing that thing is always going to make you feel like that. But have that thing in place, you know. So when it's time, once you make that decision, and that's also the other thing, it's once you decide, your decision is so powerful. When you fucking flip that switch, that's a very powerful moment. So get yourself ready. Make the space in your mind, make the space in your heart. Visualize, you know, think about this. Like because living a sober life, if you don't, you know, if you're kind of going into it blind, can look like or feel like it might be a really boring existence. And you know what? It is for some people. So it is critical that we find something that we're passionate about, a healthy passion, you know. Um, yeah, be passionate. I think that's like one of the most important things in life altogether, is to find what sparks that fucking fire. If you're going to a job that you hate, quit your fucking job, man. Find something that gets you going, you know. Nobody's pointing a gun at you to show up every day somewhere where you don't want to fucking be. That I was doing that till very recently, and nobody was pointing a gun at me. I thought I was, you know, having fun for a while. I did flooring for many years, and it started taking a toll on my body, and it just gradually I started getting really fucking angry. But I am a master at suppressing my anger. You know, like literally, I am like a fucking monk when it comes to that. I got so fucking good at suppressing the anger. But you know what was happening? I was getting sick. My gut was starting to not function. I basically became gluten intolerant or whatever. Like I had to be so careful with what I ate because my gut was in such poor shape. And I thought I had like some other disease. Turns out I was just angry, you know, I was stressed out and angry. And now the stuff I'm doing now, which is the machine shop, I work in a machine shop. I don't even really call it work, it's more play. And you know, I even get paid to play, you know, which is awesome. That's what you're looking for, you know. We're here to fucking live, man. It's a fucking playground. This is a playground, you know. We have to find what's important. And what is important? Spending time with your family, going out into nature, expanding your mind, and doing all this with fucking love in your heart. When you can radiate the love, it's gonna just come back at you with love, you know. The other thing we have to remember is everything is a mirror. So if we're looking and all we see is people that are, you know, doing shitty things, and you know, really what that is, it's reflecting our insides, you know. So so you know what I'm trying to say is, getting on this path of healing, it's not an easy path. It's a very fucking difficult path. It would be so much easier just to drown yourself out, fucking keep on smashing, you know, and just drown out your thing. But here's the thing: once you wake up enough to see what's actually happening, these drugs will not even do the trick anymore, you know. Like I could do a smash of heroin right now and I would immediately just be like, fuck, why did I do that, you know? It doesn't do the trick anymore. The only thing that will do the trick is your passion. So, figure that out, you know. write in the comments if you have, you know, any good ideas and stuff. It like there's so much out there. Anyways, I'm a little bit limited to how long of a video I can put on YouTube, so I'm gonna end this this over here. Yeah, I have another channel. So this one, yeah, I got two channels. One is Stefan Rempel 4854, I believe, which is something that I'm gonna probably keep mostly like for my creative stuff and like things that I build or little projects and stuff. My other channel is called Silly Rabbit 920. It's spelled PSI. Yeah, PSI. So not silly as in like normal silly. I mean silly as in like psilocybin. Silly Rabbit 920. I'm not sure if I can figure out how to put the link in the description, but I'll do that eventually. And there I talk about, you know, mushrooms and different things, you know. So I'm new at this, so bear with me. But I have a message to share, and even that is taking. I have to kind of push myself because when it comes to speaking, I'm not that good of a speaker yet, but I'll practice. And you know what? Together we can just raise ourselves up, you know. Yeah. All right. Listen, guys, I love you guys. I hope y'all are having an amazing day. Keep your chin up, you know. Keep your chin up. Know that if you're having a hard time, this shall pass. And if you're having a really good time, unfortunately, this too shall pass. But once the good times pass, the shitty times come. Once the shitty time passes, then the good times come, you know. And if we pay enough attention, sometimes we can like find out where the middle road is. So we're not too fucking happy, but we're not miserable either. So we're just like cruising, you know. Got to keep that warp drive going, you know. Anyways, have a great day, guys. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you feel like it. If not, then don't. But let's heal. I love you guys. Okay, then bye.